Abadon bit the hell out of Sheeta.
Jeez. I was wondering what the hell was happening when she pulled her under the ring. I was like, is she coming back? What's happening here? And then like Abadon comes out with blood on her mouth, and then like, okay, she's dead under there. I don't know what's going on.
Seems like a lot of blood.
Yeah, that's a whole lot of blood. And like, and then Sheeta climbs out. She's like bleeding. I'm like, what? And Jericho's like, why aren't they stopping the match?
He even said like during the main event, like JR was complaining that Omega and Phoenix were on the outside for too long, and Jericho was like, the ref probably should have stopped the match when Abadon was biting Sheeta.
Okay, but your thoughts on the Abadon match overall? Did you like it? Did you like the presentation of it? What was your whole input? Because you've been a big Abadon advocate.
So. Well, I think that Abadon is what Sheeta needed, because Sheeta is just like she's just kind of been like there so far. It's like I think she's like a fine, like okay worker, but she just like there just wasn't much going on with her, and Abadon sort of forced her to be a little bit more intense. I think, especially during this match, you really raise the stakes when a motherfucker's trying to bite you.
Right. You're fighting for survival here, not just the title.
Yeah, and so she was not just fighting, but also trying to defend herself from being bitten the entire time. Because Abadon would like grab her arm and go like and she'd like have to find a way out of that situation.
I'm curious now from a kayfabe standpoint how Tony Khan got her to sign a contract. Like,
yeah, I mean, like when you're sitting down with a human like that, that's gotta again, if it's a shoot.
Yeah, I'm gonna slide this. It's like sliding it under a door for her or something.
Yeah, I'm picturing like a Hannibal Lecter situation where he's got like this. He's in like this cube and he like slides it through like this little slide. He's like, if you just want to sign that there,
mind doing that there?
Give it back to me, and then excuse yourself from the room, please. Yeah, but no, I really like Abadon. Unique is an understatement. I mean, I want to see more. I want to see more of her. Here's the question though, Dom, is, yes, I think that Sheeta benefited from that. I think that Abadon benefited by getting TV time. So whoever goes over, not that big of a deal. So it's fine that Abadon took the L, but now where do you go with Abadon? I mean, if you're not going to go in the direction, Tony, that I've been talking about this whole time, where she enchants Luchasaurus and murders Marco Stunt, then what exactly are you going to do?
I thought we agreed upon him being also enchanted by Abadon.
Yeah, but like first she rips him in half and he's off TV for a little bit, but then he comes back and he's got like stitches.
Okay. Huh. All right. Yes.
She doesn't rip him in half though. It's Luchasaurus. And actually, instead of ripping him, I really wanted to say this with a straight face. Instead of ripping him in half, you have like Luchasaurus come up behind him, and you got to do like a jump cut though. You got to be really quick, and you got to have like a really good like wax head. Right. You have him come up behind him and just squeeze his head, and that's when the jump cut comes in, and his head just blows up. Right.
like Gak.
Yeah, you got like blood and crap flying everywhere.
I want like actual Gak, like from.
You want like the greenish material. Yeah, but then everybody's like, what the hell was Marco Stunt? Clearly not human. That material doesn't come out of normal people's heads. But so he's off TV for a couple weeks, recovering from having his head exploded.
Okay.
But then he comes back and he's got like a Frankenstein situation. I don't know. We really got something here.
Yeah, it's like sports-like feel, right?
Hey, I'm trying to tap into the reality of wrestling, Dominic.
Mm-hmm. I can tell. I mean, showing your affection for the horror genre. So.
Yeah, no, I don't know. To me, it's, it feels like Luchasaurus is spinning his tires. Marco Stunt, I think it's cool what they're doing with Brody Jr. So let's stay the course on that for a little bit. But following that, let's think about killing him for a little bit, then bringing him back.
You want to hear my suggestion? My wonderful suggestion?
Sure.
They're tied with Impact. Who was on Impact, but the sinister minister, James Mitchell. You get him.
Ooh, yes.
You get him, and he enchants them all. And there you go. You got this fucking brood like this series of like creatures and misfits and all that stuff.
And who is the girl who was killed on Impact according to storyline?
Well, Allie was killed on Impact. So the bunny.
Bring her in as like a zombie.
No, she's with the Butcher and the Blade. It's fine.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Shit.
So, but you got Rosemary. Rosemary is on Impact. And
you gotta bring her in. Absolutely.
Then you have who's the other one? Oh, there's Sue Young. So they James Mitchell just converted her to a businesswoman named Susan. So there's that too. I don't know. I just think you can really incorporate James Mitchell in on that, and you would flourish as that. And like you have Abadon, you got fucking Luchasaurus, you got Marco Stunt,
Rosemary, zombie Marco Stunt. I mean, to me, this is a layup of an angle.
Right. I think you could really
go. And mostly I'm joking about murdering Marco Stunt.
Yeah, well, I hope so.
Well, like clearly it's all storyline, even if we were considering this. But aside from like the whole like joking about killing other people on the program, I think it's a cool and compelling angle. Like if you bring like let's cut the Marco Stunt stuff out. Of course, we're not going to tear him in half on TV. Let's just not involve him in the angle. But like you've got Luchasaurus, you've got Rosemary, you've got Abadon. Like that's a cool stable led by what's his face there?
Father James Mitchell.
Yeah,
Minister.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll bring in that guy who used to be a vampire and sells real estate now out in Minnesota. What's his name? Kevin Thorne. Yeah.
Would he sell houses to? Would that still be part of his gimmick that he's a real estate vampire?
He'd like bite somebody's neck, and then they'd have a moment where he's like, "Now look, if you're interested in buying a house in the greater Minneapolis area, hey, how about Gangrel? Bring his big ass back in for a little bit, make a couple shots. He's already made an appearance on the program. Let's bring him in.
There's somebody else you can bring in there too. I would like to see
the Boogeyman.
Nah, he's too WWE. I'm saying you bring in like, how about Stevie Richards as Dr. Stevie, or yeah, that's an Impact thing. Mikey Whipwreck. You can bring Mikey Whipwreck in. I'd like that.
Absolutely. How about Scream Queen?
Oh, Daphne.
Sure.
Yeah, there you go. Nurse Daphne. Wasn't she Nurse Daphne? And it was Dr. Stevie. Was that what it was?
I'm not sure how a doctor and nurse fit into the whole, group of people who are.
But you can buy into a zombie Marco Stunt. And you can't
biting motherfuckers on the neck. But we'll figure it out, Dom.
Real estate vampire. You bought into a real estate vampire, but you can't buy into a nurse and a doctor.
Well, it's zombies and vampires. I just don't see a place for a doctor and a nurse in there.
Well, I mean, Dr. Frankenstein. They could be assembling Marco Stunt back together. If that's.
You're really jumping the shark with my angle here, Dominic.